Good evening. Hi, Richard Kish, and everybody that's watching in the chat. It's Alpha
That
Podrants, everyone.
that
What's
that
up?
cat just wants
It's,
to show his asshole. Look,
oh,
he's showing his asshole every time the show starts. Now
And I'm
he
trying
shows.
to hide his asshole, you
I know that.
assholes.
Starfish in the Star Trek.
Oh, alright.
Starfleet,
Hi, I'm
starfish.
Luke, and I'm your captain. I guess if that's what we want to
You
call
kind
me.
of look like a Star Trek creature.
I don't know how to take that. There he is, everybody. Jim Grindle, the most Italian man in space.
Hey,
I guess. You have to go. You have to say something Italian before we go.
bippity boppity.
All right. Good job. And of course, why can't I? There you go. It's Charles.
The most
All right.
sweetest boy in all the galaxy.
Yep.
It's
He's
the Alpha
Mr.
Podrants.
Galaxy. Fuck off.
Charles W. Oh no! Fire in space. So there was an episode that we saw, right?
Oh,
Oh,
there's
here it
so much
is.
to
Star
talk
Trek
about in
Strange
this
New
episode,
Worlds.
guys.
Season 2, Episode 2, Ad Astra per Aspera. I didn't know that was the original catchphrase of the Federation or Starfleet. It was Starfleet before it was the Federation, is what she said, right?
I think that actually is the case. I don't recall her saying that, but I do believe that Starfleet was a branch of the United States military, like the Navy, which is why they use so many naval cues in the series.
Yeah.
And then the Federation happened later, and so Starfleet integrated into the Federation. If I got it correct.
Yes. I believe you are correct, sir. And well, we get a little glimpse. In true Star Trek fashion, within a few seconds, they already had a commentary. Well,
Oh, I
within a
thought you were
few
going to talk
minutes, they
about
had a
their
commentary.
outfits.
Not yet, not yet. But
Well, you said in
when
fashion.
when she's talking to the counselor, and they have a plea deal for her, and they're like, this is the best deal you're gonna get, and we had to pull some strings, and blah blah blah, and she's just like, oh, so, you know, you guys get to do this quietly, and then I get blamed, and I take all the brunt of it, and then she makes a statement, like, oh, your counsel will help you, and she's like, well, he works for you. How well is he going to represent me, or something like that? Which I thought was interesting, like a little jab there at the system. Like, okay, you give me someone to represent me, but technically he works for you, so he is going to work for a plea deal to get to try to get this thing shortened, not go to trial, things like that. So again, in true Star Trek fashion, they have a little, a little dig at whatever system is going on.
I'm not sure that was true Star Trek fashion as much as it was true courtroom drama fashion, because while I mentioned to you guys in our little Star Trek chat that this episode was great in that it encompassed all the Star Treks. Every Star Trek has had a court episode. This one
Yep.
seemed to catch the flavor of it all as well as its own flavor, but it also leaned a little heavier on the court drama stuff. And outside of aesthetics, like the thing we'll get to later, with their outfits and their badges, there was a lot of lifted court shit. Like I even heard a line that I swear was straight out of Better Call Saul, with the whole
Which
the
one
way
was that?
I can't recall. So whoopsie doodles, but yeah, I just felt like I heard most of that already a bunch. Talk about something else. I'll see if I can remember.
Okay. Overall, I thought the episode was great. Let's see. I don't know. It's just I like Spock in this episode quite a bit. I thought Spock was pretty good in the episode. Uh, but Spock is good in pretty much everything he does.
Yeah.
The uniforms that they were
He's.
wearing.
Can I just say, Charles?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about this episode with Spock, but I had the feeling, watching it, I was like, "Holy shit, Spock really is the key Star Trek character of all Star Trek characters. It really is Spock's franchise."
Well, he is the most recognizable, along with him and Kirk. But
And he was a hit in the beginning. All the women were in love with him. All the first books were based on Spock. So, like, this is a resurgence we're having, not just of the original series era, but I think I realized watching this last episode that we're in the Spock resurgence right now. But anyway, you were saying.
yeah, but one thing I'll say is their dress uniforms that they were wearing during the trial. Not sure how I feel about them.
No?
They look kind of weird.
What, this outfit here with this
Yeah,
badge? And it's the same thing they wore in the original series, just fancier. Like, it's the same exact patterns that they had on their clothes, the same flower-like badge they all wear.
Yeah, but it's just it still looked weird, and it kind of pushed me out of the episode a little bit.
Why? Because they would do what, that big badge right there on his chest?
The badge did play a part in it. The badge looked weird.
Are they different? To me, that almost I can't tell. Can't see his. Yeah, they are different. His is bigger. So those are actually those are like bars. You know, you get different bars on a military outfit for the different things that you can do, your different specialties that you've sharpshooting and whatever, you know, or whatever you serve, if you served in a certain battle or whatever. That's looks like the same sort of thing that they're doing there, because his looks like it's more extensive. It looks like it goes down a little more. So whatever those little triangles mean.
Well, check
whatever.
this out. Check
this out. What's he got for us?
I mean, do you think it's better? That's the original series version of the same exact outfit. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Those fucking things are sewn on. So, I mean, that's the best it's going to give you, huh? But it's the same thing. What's he doing with that little girl, Kirk? I just realized that. No wonder he's on trial. Look at that poor girl's face. Jesus Christ.
In the 60s, she was probably in her 30s.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't hear me?
No, you've been breaking up. Did you know you fell out before, too? Does the lady let you know when that happens, usually?
That was actually the blue...
Fallout?
That was... Yeah. Well, yeah, the kids just fall out now after...
No, I'm giving you a small dick joke, not a wide giant joke. Relax, bro. Fuck, Asian penis. Come on.
Like a hot dog in a hallway?
No, that's implying you're terrible. More like a fucking more like a fucking tiny penis in a perfectly normal sized vagina, you fucking weirdo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Jesus Christ. Try to insult the man's penis, and next thing you know, he's talking about...
Oh, we get to, you know, she's...
Wow.
We get, you know, we get this nice shot, and there's a shot later on of the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. They're like, oh yeah, that's where.
You know, if you put the Golden Gate
San
Bridge
Fran
on Rebecca Romaine's face, she looks just like Amelia Clark.
Does she?
A
Because she
little
doesn't
bit.
look.
Go figure.
Mother of Dragons.
Hello,
Like
Richard
you cut her
Kish.
jaw out and everything.
Hello, Taz. Hello, Richard Kish.
Oh, my
Hello, Zen's
goodness.
producer. I realized you forgot to do that. Sorry.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. Watching our madness. Oh, by the way, we're going to be doing an extra episode a week now. We'll see how this goes. And I believe we're going to do it tomorrow, boys, right?
Yes, and we're going to be talking about everything I want to talk about today, which is terrible. We do this. The first time we do this is on an episode. Look, it's a fantastic episode of Star Trek, of courtroom drama. The whole time I'm fucking riveted. Is that the word? I'm glued to the screen. I'm like, I'm not on the edge of my seat, but I'm fully engaged in the story and
Yep.
what's going on. Even though Una's gonna get free and this and that and the other, but one thing that does bother me is that certain communities are going to take this as if this was our episode. This was about us. And it's like, no, you fucking assholes. This is what's been going on since the very beginning. The us isn't you, asshole.
No,
The
because they're not
us
doing
is-
traditional things. They're not doing
No,
things that are what been done a long, long time. They're doing something new.
It wasn't even that. It's the us that is the outcast, and the outcasts take many, many forms. So when one fucking group takes claim to this very traditional science fiction story, or allegory rather, it's been going on since the dawn of sci-fi. They've been telling this exact story of like oppressed peoples getting their comeuppance or whatever. Comeuppance isn't the right word, is it? Comeuppance normally speaks negative, doesn't it?
It's negative. Yeah.
Okay.
Getting their getting their what
Nope,
they
just
deserve,
dessert
not
ain't
just
right
desserts. Because no,
They're getting their cake and eating it too. They're not
But you're
just
right.
looking at that cake.
some sections of whatever communities are going to say, "Hey, this is our episode." But yes, it's everybody's
And
episode.
it is their
I felt
episode, but it's our episode, our human episode.
everybody's.
And I'm getting fucking so tired of this marginalization of thought and emotion. It's ridiculous. I think you're broken again. Bippity boppity, give me your property. A goo. Sorry, you got me all in the Italian mode because I'm the most Italian man in space. I'll show you the most Italian man in space, you creep. You just fucking wait right there. But go on with the story.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. But bibbity boppity.
Oh, so we get a nice glimpse of where he went. He went to a place where he had to wear a giant mask, and
Yes.
in this
yes, he
moment,
did.
in this moment where his oxygen is running out, I couldn't help but think about him knowing about his fate. Because he's seen his future, because he knows that he's not going to die, is he
Ooh, I
taking
didn't-
more
he
risks?
I didn't. Oh, I thought you meant just because when isn't he in like a fucking box with an oxygen tube and all that shit?
Yeah.
I thought maybe just
How do you
being
know
like
part
that.
of it didn't happen now? Yeah. Oh, it was freaking him out? Well, probably. But I also thought, because it was running out, he had nowhere else to go. He didn't know that they had a room that they could hit a button and all of a sudden he can breathe. So he's taking a risk. Is he taking that risk because he does know, well,
Come on.
I got 10 more years to
They're
go.
a fucking
So, whatever.
no. He's taking that risk because it's not a risk because this is a society. It's a society of civilized peoples. Okay, and
This
he
is a
knows.
society.
Made me drop my shit.
That's it. Italian in space.
I don't think I'm on Earth anymore. What the fuck just happened? What? How the fuck did I end up in space, man? This is fucking weird. What the fuck is that? Looks like a fucking galaxy or some shit.
What?
How the fuck do I get back? Jesus Christ, man.
There you go. There's your most Italian man in space. He's just lost. He's just
Jesus Christ, man.
right, man.
Why's my blood keep going out, man? And then that's when we meet the lawyer. We meet her, and he convinced she doesn't want to take the case. Remember, she's like, I've got all the other cases. What makes this one
Like
special?
every
Who cares?"
courtroom drama. Again, like
Yeah.
this was too by the book.
Perhaps,
You know,
perhaps. And
I will admit this episode, even though it was good, but this scene in particular, it kind of felt like a spin-off of Law and Order. It kind of did.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it kind of felt like a spin-off of Law and Order. You know, the whole dun 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 dun.
Yeah, every
dun 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 dun.
every
dun,
trope,
dun, dun.
and then you have the friend or the what's her name? Which she's back on the crew now. Noonien Singh there. I forget her name,
she
her
is.
first name.
So we now have that confirmation because I don't think we didn't really know at the end of the last episode
What, that she was...
that she was back.
Actually, part of
Oh.
the crew again.
Yeah.
Got ya.
You know, because we didn't know that, but we should have known because of this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
This was the promo for
What
the
does
season.
that mean?
So, like,
That
oh,
just
yeah.
means they support all kinds of love. That's all that means.
Oh my god.
But- Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, happy! It's still Pride Month. There you go. Hey, happy.
It's
gay.
Happy Pander Month. Hey.
Yeah.
Happy pander.
Pander bears.
How about happy koalas? So he convinces her to take that the case.
Wait. I got our first merch for the DGR network.
Oh,
We're going to
no.
sell rainbow bears called Pander bears. Ding ding.
Fucking hell.
Coming soon
And
from
they'll
the
have-
DGR network.
They can say phrases and pander to certain things. Oh my god. Here we go. Shut this down. No, don't tell anyone out there.
Guys,
don't say
all
anything, okay?
3 of you, stay quiet. This is our secret, okay? Anyway, you were saying.
So when he convinces the lawyer to take the case, he's like, "Hey, this could be a big case. It could get a lot of. You could do something for your other cases. People are going to know about. Half the quadrant's going to know about this. Blah blah blah." So later on, there's an incident between the lawyer
and his girlfriend,
and
where
Una.
she's all like, Vinny, you gotta fuck me and put a baby in me because I'm getting old and shriveled inside, and my biological clock is ticking like this. Tick, tick, tick.
You mean when they're in his giant freaking
No, that's not
this
the scene.
chick? Is that who you're talking?
No, I
Oh.
remember this scene was like outside somewhere, and they were wearing leather. I might be misremembering, but go on. Too much conflict of interest with these. The one lawyer's fucking Pike. The other
was
lawyer
part of it,
is
too.
besties with fucking Una.
Speaking of that whole dynamic
true.
between
That's
Pike and Patel, I don't think the relationship is going to survive this. I don't think it is.
No. They were very solid with each other during it, I would say.
No, it's just, I mean, like, she kept saying that this wasn't personal and everything, but I got the feeling that Pike took it personally. I think he did.
He's got 10 years left of life. He can't take anything personal. He's got no time. Pike's got to be the most zen man in the galaxy at this point.
Like, I know I'm dying. Yeah, you know you're gonna die, but I know he's not dying.
No.
I know I'm gonna be.
Pike's not going to die.
Knowing I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
be
be
real
in a
fucked up.
box.
Yeah, he's going to be confined to.
He's gonna-
He's in the box.
He's going to be basically become a prisoner in his own body,
He's gonna be a head.
which is worse.
Well, is
So
it
much
because
worse.
What
what I don't
if?
under-
What if the thing that turns him into the guy in the box with the weird face is him falling into a pool of something off of a tree branch on his head?
I thought they already confirmed what does that to him.
something like that happened to me?
No, it's
What
just
if-
Did it?
It's
What
an
if the
explosion
song "Man
in
in the
the
Box"
water.
by Alice in Chains is about Pike?
Could be. It could be. So, is that
He's buried
episode-
in his own
that's-
shit,
so that was
isn't he?
the-
Where is it going? He's not like pooping all over the Enterprise.
episode-
he has a portable transport
With-
device hooked up to his rectum. Every time he poops, it gets transported into space.
No, because they use that matter for the replicator, for the food replicators.
Not Pike shit.
You never know.
Not Pike shit.
Pike's a giant box of mechanical.
Pike's shit is too good. It has to go off and explore the universe because that is the only way
All
that a
right.
part of Pike can actually explore space.
Pike's frozen space turds playing Friday at the Mercury Lounge.
Yeah.
Space.
I don't know where the hell that came from.
Came from space.
Yeah. This kind of space.
Space.
Let's trick Luke. Let's trick Luke.
Yeah. So.
Space. Nice forehead, Luke.
Uh-oh. I
Oh,
think
great.
he's
He
frozen.
fucking broke. Luke's broken.
No.
He's trying to scissor us.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Oh, you know what we didn't do? You know what we haven't done in a long
We
time?
didn't do that
Our
all
little
new
Klingons.
that new
You guys
segment,
ready?
Luke Cosmos. We didn't do the segment Luke Cosmos is what we didn't do.
Oh, Jesus. We're not doing that here. I think
Welcome
my
to the Luke
internet's screwed.
Cosmos.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so too.
no.
That's why we're filibustering and just mocking you at the moment. Hey, look at his mustache. It's the best we got. God, is he mediocre as ever. Are you on your
Hey,
Wi-Fi?
it's not so
oh,
bad.
Hi.
It's not
Look
so
at
bad.
You.
It's not so
You're
bad
looking
now.
better
That's
now.
good.
No, not so bad. Ding ding. It's better than it ever was in this whole show. You've
boy,
been
I got-
pixelated. You've been a mess.
Don't move. I can't move. Okay.
All right, so I guess Charles and I will just stay hidden so that.
No, I don't think
we
that's
don't wanna,
the reason. No,
we
I don't want
No,
this.
we don't want to mess
No,
your. We
okay,
don't want to mess
how about
anything up.
this? I'll just do
Ah,
this. Hey, oh yeah, so she was all. Oh, I don't know. I think I
Oh,
might have
she was
done
all, and they were all, and
something.
then all. Hey, how come there was no one going pew pew pew? This episode.
Yeah, no shit.
All right, go
The
on. Where are we?
lawyer
Let's carry on.
and Soong. Yeah, Soong thought that she was the reason why Una got taken in because she reported her, and when she found out that Una was a Illyrian with genetic modifications, and I think we knew that, or she got really mad, and I think we did hear her like file a complaint or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a little scene in the cafe or whatever where Spock gets mad. He stands up very quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Now I'm like, why is this idiot saying, "Oh yeah"? What is he? He just doesn't remember what's going on. He's just going, "Oh yeah," but that's the appropriate reaction. That was a funny scene.
It was a funny scene. Because, I mean, crap, what is her name? Like, we have Mbenga, but what was the woman's name again?
Martinez, Royez, Esteban.
Something like that.
I don't remember, but
Maria.
You know, I gotta say, for
How-
a heterosexual lesbian, because she is a heterosexual, but she completely looks like a lesbian. I don't find her completely unappealing. I gotta be honest. There's a quality to her, I guess. That's not so. It's not hateable. I'm not trying to say sexy. That's why I'm not using that word.
It's not hateable. Well, that's
not
good.
hateable. And usually, a woman with that haircut, I don't like.
But enjoy.
That's the haircut I have. You know.
A tiny lesbian haircut. Yeah.
Look, it's literally my haircut. Take this stupid thing off. See?
Oh, where's Charles now? Hey, where is he?
right
there he is.
here.
Nice. Yay! We're all back. How do I look?
But
That's what my hair does all the way around, except it's long. So, I don't like that on ladies.
But no, it's just, I mean, that scene I thought was
Right,
funny,
left.
but yeah, it's
Oh,
just,
hey,
Hey,
Italiano.
go on. Sorry. Someone's make a left and they made a right. I don't know what's going on
no,
here.
that scene was funny, and just how they were talking about how Spock and the other Vulcan were like the best friends, and they were just having a good conversation, and then Mbenga said, "Oh no, they hate each other."
I just spit on my mic. I can't hear his fucking name. It's like years I've been hearing the
Mbenga.
guy's name, and every
Mbenga.
time I chuckle, Mbenga. I don't know why Mbenga
Mbenga.
is a funny name. It's not like I'm
fun to
uncultural.
say.
My best
It's
friend
fun to say.
in high school was Kingsley Ubaaluku. I mean, come on. I'm not an uncultured swine.
Benga.
But Mbenga, look, Kingsley Ubaaluku was kind of funny too, but Mbenga is just a funny fucking name.
Yeah, but it's just I like
Charles.
how Mbenga was able to pick up on the fact that Spock hated the guy that he was talking to, and the helmsman was not able to realize that.
She's like, really? Oh no, they're not You can tell by their body language. They're not having a good time. He
Well,
hates
paint the
them.
picture for the folks out there like V who keeps being thirsty. Hi, we get it. You're here. You said so 10 minutes ago. Jerk. Spock and the other guy were just sitting there completely still. To the viewer, it was a perfectly passive conversation.
Yeah, just like arms on the table, basically just kind of talking. Like normally, but not even moving around, not even like, hey, just sort of like, blah, 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 blah. And then Spock just stands up very quickly and turns and walks away. And he walks to the table and says, I'm sorry you had to see all that. That's okay. We won't tell anybody.
Actually, Charles,
Thank
I
you.
think that was the moment where I remembered, holy shit, this is Spock's entire franchise, not just series. The whole fucking Star Trek is.
Oh,
Spock.
yeah.
was that
Spock
moment.
is Star Trek. Yes. Oh, hell yeah. He even was in Next Generation. I mean, he was in all those movies. I mean, he even directed, like, just in general, he directed a bunch of shit anyway back in the day. But
Yeah, I mean, he's tied into all of it. And it's one of the things I said I wanted to recommend some stuff. Perhaps it's a little rough, but somehow at least one of us will read and review the very first Star Trek novels, and most of those were Spock. I think there was like a trilogy of some pretty awesome Spock novels. They
so
sound really
many
cool.
of them.
But I mean, right away, right after the original series, that before the movie, there's
Dude.
this one specific trilogy which sounds fantastic, and yeah,
It's not a bad
interesting
idea.
to see where
We
they
could
were
read the
going
books,
with the character
and
of
then-
Spock and where the character has gone.
We
Both.
could talk about the books if we read some of them. Get some of the better ones, and hey,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
an
Well,
assignment.
there's also the comic books. There's
Well, I mean,
some-
hell, even with the J.J. Abrams Kelvin timeline movies, the one character that I always paid attention to in those movies was Spock.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
hell,
you know,
Spock was the focus of the first one of those movies.
and I'll tell you, I wish I could find my cup. Same exact. I'll tell you what about that Spock though, Abrams Spock. He had the look better than this Ethan Peck, but he didn't have the Spock. This guy has it. He has down Nimoy plus his own, and I think that's probably what was lacking last time: the ability to add your own. So maybe it
But
wasn't
it's-
Quinto's fault.
Because it's a different universe, and because didn't Vulcan get blown up?
That was a different
Yeah,
universe.
it didn't get
That-
blown up. It got sucked into a black hole.
Right, but
Okay, yeah,
Abrams
singularity,
verse
yeah.
is a different universe, yet they had to stick to a traditional Spock. This one on Strange New Worlds is the prime universe. However, they're allowing the actor to add their own flair now, just like with Kirk. And I think that is actually better because I'm finding myself already preferring Ethan Peck as Spock over all of them.
Okay, now that you're saying that, I want to take a
even
minute.
Leonard Nimoy.
Even Leonard, because you know why? Nimoy was too old. When I go back and I watch Star Trek, the original series, I'm like, there's so much more that happened before we get here because this dude's old as fuck. So I wanted always these early years. So yeah, I'm about to get everything I ever wanted from Star Trek.
Yeah,
if all goes well.
We see Spock when he's older and he's learned. He's the second in command now, so he's the science officer and the number 2. So he's matured at that point. Yes, and we're seeing him go through all the turmoil when he was younger to get to that point of being that much of a Vulcan. Like he became more Vulcan as he got older and older, I think. Or just a little more strong in his ways of hiding his emotions just for his job. So, do you remember when he was on the stand, when he was wearing his thing here, and they asked, he said, "Oh, I do feel she was hiding something." Oh, what was it? What was it? And he said, "A love for whatever
Gilbert
musicals."
and Sullivan. Gilbert
Was
and
it Gil-
Sullivan.
Okay,
Do you
well,
know what that's a callback to, or is that what you're about to say?
Yes, this is what I'm about to do. That's a callback to this Q&A.
Well, hold up. Ask Charles Whedon if he knows.
No, I don't.
Do you know
Well,
what
get
this
ready
is?
to hold on to your underwear.
No, I don't. What is that? Wait, hold on. That's the original intro to Star Trek Discovery.
That is the Opie and
Yes.
Anthony. Oh, I thought that. Okay, go on.
That's
the
the
DJR
intro to
network.
Star Trek Discovery.
You're right, because this is a short trek. They have a couple of mini movies that they made, which they stopped making,
Not
which I'm
mini
kind of pissed off
movies.
about.
They're episodes.
Well, they're just little episodes. Yeah, not mini movies. Well, yeah, they're mini whatever.
episodes.
That's what you call it with, like, the Minions have mini movies in their little episodes. Anyway.
Whatever.
Which has, there he is, a very young Spock.
They look stupid.
Well, he's beaming in right now. That's why he looks like that. Let's
Beam
see.
him out. He looks dumb.
So, oh wait, yeah, not that one. This one, where is it? They kind of
Where is it?
up here.
Is it this one?
Right.
So Una meets him when he first. Hey, Italian, what's up? When he first goes to the Enterprise, she meets him. She receives him. They go into the turbo lift, and then they give you this kind of interesting shot. That's the innards of the turbo lift. Kind of weird. And it gets stuck. So
Well,
then
that
they're
looks
just-
like a fucking pinball machine or something. That is
yeah, I
kinda
know,
weird.
doesn't it? Like, right there is the turbo lift, that thing in the middle. And that's a track, and there's other tracks, as you can see, that are lit up that go all around. And I don't know what all those other things are, but power couplings or something like that. So they look like something like that. But yeah, they get stuck in the thing, so they're just like, they're bored. Try to like get out of the thing. You know, he's still,
I have
he looks
vagina
young.
on my neck. I always wonder, the guys are holding their breath, right? Every time I see them playing chicken or what, never mind, go on. A sack race in the park, I don't know, never mind.
And they have a moment, but then there's this happens.
That sucks. That's
Right?
terrible.
Isn't that terrible? But is it because he's young? I mean, he's still half human, right?
Isn't he
So
making
he's-
believe in this moment? Oh, look, his ears are right, though.
They're pushed back a little more. They
it's
are
the
pretty
and they're
pointy.
less bulbous.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not
What do you
sticking
think,
out as
Italian? Are you still here?
That's
what do you
hilarious.
think? Are they good?
But yeah, if you want to
Well, I guess
go,
he's fucking the
go
cat.
watch those short treks. They're pretty good. And then they end up, on the bridge, and they're fine.
I wouldn't recommend them.
They're pretty cool, some of them.
I found them mostly boring and derivative and tedious.
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 You didn't like the so they had, I think, 2 seasons of those short treks, and the first season had a cartoon voyage of one of those insects that are the giant things that they would hook into to jump with the drive.
Fucking the bear. The forget what it's
tardigrade.
called.
Yeah, the tardigrade. Yeah, the big tardigrade.
Yeah.
It was a small tardigrade.
I used to
and
be in a
it's-
tardigrade when I was in special ed. For like 2 years, I was in a tardigrade.
He's been waiting for that.
Oh
Mr.
my god,
Rotho.
I'm gonna.
I
take
just
that-
came up. That just happened. I wasn't. That just fell out. It was.
I'm gonna
That's
take
just-
that.
I was
coffee
waiting
mug
for that.
and show it where the
Like the
wild
kids.
goose goes.
You gonna shove it where the wild goose goes? How do you know where I put wild gooses? Fucking Charles Whedon insinuating.
Where I put the wild gooses.
Oh my
And
god.
Never
yeah.
once fucked a goose.
We've got our judges here, which is a Vulcan, a human, and a Tellarite. Is that what that guy is? He looks like he's very furry looking. I don't have a closer picture of that dude.
All right, the guy on the far right with the guy with the
Yeah.
beard, that is, I believe, a Tellarite.
Yeah, Tellarite. Yeah.
Yeah. Which let me just say something here.
Looks like a hippie to me.
Why are the Tellarites of normal height in this show? Because the Tellarites in all previous
he don't look tall. He looks tall to me.
Yeah, he
Talking
does.
about the bearded man?
Yeah, the bearded man.
Okay.
It's just in all previous appearances before the new Star Trek shows, the Tellarites introductions, like in Star Trek Enterprise, I think they may have even showed up a couple of times in Next Generation. And then, of course, let's talk about the video game Star Trek Online. The Tellarites were short. They are considered to be the dwarves of Star Trek. That's what they're considered to be.
Oh, they're these guys. I see. The pig-faced people.
Yeah, so why did they decide to make the Tellarites be
Piggy-faced?
more normal height? Why? It's just like, why did they make that
thought-
change?
In Next Generation, were they short, or were they maybe a little short? Yeah, they were like, maybe the tallest one was 5 foot.
Oh, and one of the most important aspects of their culture is they like to insult people. Actually,
That's the old one. Yes.
It's respectful to insult a dog.
I like these people then.
Yeah.
And if you don't
Yes,
insult
indeed.
them back,
Hey,
they
look.
don't respect you.
A pig-faced
Exactly.
person. Rainn Wilson.
Yeah. It's respectful to insult a Tellarite because if they insult you,
That's
you
what
insult
she
them
said.
back, and then you have a mutual respect between the two of you. And that's how that works. But, I mean, they completely changed the lore of the Tellarites because now that's no longer a thing.
Why? What makes you say that? Indicative.
I don't know.
of-
It's just, I mean, it seems like they changed the Tellarites for the new Star Trek because it's not what they want to do. I don't know. It's like they also changed how the Andorians look now. The Andorians look
God damn it! I just closed that Google page.
Yeah, they changed how the
They're the blue
Andorians-
Yeah,
Yeah, the blue ones with
Like,
the antennae.
From what they looked like in
Come
Enterprise?
on.
Yeah.
Come on.
The Andorians look, and the way they looked before looked mostly human, except for the white hair and blue skin.
I'm
and
going to
then the
disagree
antennae.
with you here.
But now they look much more alien now.
I disagree with you
Oh,
here.
yeah. Oh, you mean, yeah.
They
it's-
never look different, really. At worst in Discovery, see right there. Like, I think they think they always basically look the same.
He looks like a mix.
I don't know. It's just the Andorians, their eyebrows look different, and the cheekbones look different.
They're more, like, yeah.
More prominent. More.
Hemmer
bone-
looked more cut and, more insect-like.
Yeah.
Well, Hemmer isn't he not really an Andorian?
And
Well,
the Einar are similar to the Andorians, but they're an offshoot of Andorians. But they are
They're
basically
more
just-
white.
They
than
are.
blue.
It's How do I describe this? Einar and Andorian are like the same thing as like Asian and white.
Yeah, and does INR exist in the original anywhere before any of this?
Yeah. The Einar were introduced in Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh, right. Well, let's see what they.
Yeah.
And they were living in caves. They weren't mixing
Wait.
with the Andorians.
No,
It says that they
most of
were in the original series, the INR.
Oh, they were. The first time I
Right
ever
here.
saw them.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
look right there on this cheek. What do you see there? Shadowing, deep shadowing.
There's a line cut with the thing. Yeah, they're
Boom.
trying to.
They're already doing it. Listen, what you gotta really look at is what they were doing then with makeup is now being done with prosthetics and stuff. But oopity boop.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I'm gonna have to disagree with you on the Andorians. I really don't see a difference, but I do see what you mean with Hemmer. He is very alien-esque. Oh wait, there's the Enterprise one, I believe, right? He's still also pretty, well, he's veiny.
His cheeks aren't, but yeah.
No, but his forehead's dumb.
Yeah, that's the one that was getting used for something. Oh
Is
yeah.
this really from the cartoon?
That's from the animated. Yeah, probably. Einar. Yeah. Wow. They've been around forever.
All right, I didn't
Well,
realize that, but then again, I had never watched the original series, so of course I wouldn't know.
I've watched most of it. I must have just not realized that it was an Einar, not a, Andorian.
I've seen it all. I just don't remember shit because I'm usually smoking a reaver.
Well, there's also, but also that old animated series. It is kind of interesting.
It looks
It's
like just Enterprise, guys. But keep going. What's interesting? Because I'm only seeing any mentions of them in the Enterprise and Strange New Worlds. See appearances. There you go. 3 there and 6
It
there.
says background. New Andorian subspecies whose skin tone resembles that of an albino.
Oh, so I guess they were mentioned in existence, revealed on screen until the final scene of United. What's United? Enterprise. Yeah, so that's that. I don't know what we're looking at here, but
That's the animated series, so it must have been in that at some point. There are a bunch of species in the animated series that pop up that because they can just draw it instead of, making it. So
Yeah, like there was
Oh.
the Cations.
yeah, right there. Here you go.
The Cations were introduced in the animated series.
Do they go on to other live action stuff?
No.
Ah, okay. Because
The only other property that the Cations show up in is Star Trek Online, the video game.
which they also don't consider canon. Because I was going to use that. Robert April should be the argument that original series is canon. I mean, the animated series is canon.
Yeah, but Robert April is white in the animated series.
Yeah, but didn't he not exist? Isn't he originally only ever from? He was from that first, correct?
From the animated series, as far as I
Yes.
know, yeah.
That's as far as I know as well. I'm going to double check, but I don't think he was in the original series even by mention. And James Doohan. I said even by mention, I don't think he was in TOS. Yeah, animated series, he was played by James Doohan.
Mm-hmm. George Takei, Nichelle was there, Majel Barrett, it was everybody. DeForest, Leonard, and William Shatner, yeah.
So
I heard something about Leonard wouldn't sign on unless they did hire all the other people. Like, I think they had the top 3, but... Or maybe they even had Scotty, but maybe not Takei and Nichelle.
No, they didn't want Takei, I believe, is what I heard. I think you got this wrong. I think it was Shatner. It was Leonard Nimoy who didn't want to come back, and it was Shatner who said Nimoy has to come back as well as everybody else. There may be another Shatner-Nimoy fight to happen here. We better research that for the next episode of Alpha Podrants.
Tomorrow night.
We're going to get into some shit tomorrow night. Let me
Maybe
tell you.
we'll invite
Political
some people.
shit. I'm going to be very
Maybe...
Can I just announce something, please, Luke? For the first time on the Alpha Podrants, I'm going to be very angry about something.
Very saucy.
I'm going to get so saucy. I'm going to we can make some pizzas. Announcement. I'm going to get saucy tomorrow. And I don't mean drunk. I mean, I'm going to get sassy.
Not sauced.
I'm going to get angry. I got a problem.
What do you think about that, Italian?
Where is the Italian? Hey,
What?
Italian.
Where's the Italian? Hey,
are you still
Italian?
around, Italian? Hey, guy. What? What do you see?
What the fuck is that?
Tell us, Italian. What is it?
Jesus Christ.
What?
Looks like a friggin' octopus.
Oh.
But it's green.
Well, that's not good. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
just
it
shat
could be an
something.
alien.
Oh, God. It's
Octopus
floating
aliens?
this way.
All right. Well, we're going to let you handle that,
What the
Italian.
fuck?
We'll get back to you. Thank you. All right.
Okay, what is that?
That's our Italian correspondent in space. I don't know. Maybe we'll hear more from him before the end of this episode. Anyway, da-da-da.
Um,
I'm dancing.
so anyway, there's a moment where I kind of mentioned it, but we went off when Una's like, "Oh, you don't want to just. You're not here just for me. You're just here for the publicity, and you're just here to like. It doesn't really matter what happens to me. It just matters that you
have
you
your
throw people.
soapbox.
Yeah, you have your soapbox. You're throwing other people under the bus, like the admiral and really the entire Federation, saying that they harbor anybody with asylum. And what's the difference between you're not letting these people in, but what if they want asylum, even though they have these genetic modifications? Why won't you let them join the Federation?
How does that still not? How does that negate the fraud aspect, though? I don't think the court logic held up very well.
Oh yeah, well there is fraud.
She's still frauded her way.
Yeah.
It's like if Aunt Becky from Full House's daughters, went on to become president, and then it's like, yes, our mom bought our way through school, and we conned our way all through the thing, but
Yeah.
we were really victims this whole time, and then they're like, true, no problem, you guys are good. The fraud still occurred.
Well, and remember what happened. She, because they also during that had an argument where she said, "It doesn't matter if I get left behind," and the other chick goes, the lawyer says, "Oh, you're not the one who got left behind," because Una's family she could show she didn't show her genetic augments as much as other people, so she could blend in as someone who didn't have any. So that's why she was able to. That's what do you do?
I'm trying to call for coffee without drawing attention.
Oh, really?
Trying not to distract the show.
Oh, you should have muted. What?
Yeah, but I will say
Coffee.
this comment here from Richard Kish. I did not think of it that way. It's just Einar is to Andorian what Romulans are to Vulcans.
Well, that's the exact way to think of it.
I didn't think of it
pretty
that
much.
way. I really didn't, and that is actually an interesting way to think of it. I mean,
The Vulcans are kind of like the Einar. They're a little psychic. And
Yeah, I didn't
they're
like the
very
whites and Asian
weird.
comparison old Stinky Boy made.
God damn it!
Oh, that was you, Charles? I'm sorry.
Yes, that was me because apparently
Oh,
I make
JB's here.
racist comments all the time.
Well, JB, we got some good news for you,
Squiggy was a
guy.
Ferengi?
Starting tomorrow, you'll have an episode a week where you can get into the Star Trek, where we're going to go over just all types of stuff in the Star Trek universe, and you can go over it with us.
Because we could also maybe mention a couple of or look at a few of the episodes that had courtroom stuff going on. Because there also was one that had augments. Well, was it a courtroom? In I'll just say, I won't say the character, but I'll just say it was
Why
in
won't you?
Deep Space Nine.
Oh,
Because you haven't watched it yet. Deep Space Nine. There is an issue, and I think they go to court, or at least someone's parents get punished for it because it gets found out at some point. So that's still around even later on, the genetic thing. I don't know about Illyrians at that point, if they're still around later on in, Star Trek lore. I'm not exactly sure, but I didn't look that up.
Well, there's a lot of races that were introduced in Star Trek before that have not shown up yet or will ever show up again. Like, all right, fine. Here's one, for example. The Iconians. The Iconians were introduced in The Next Generation, and then they were never mentioned. They were mentioned over the course of several shows, and then they were mentioned in Discovery talking about how there was like some
Richard.
sort of like war where the Iconians show up again, but yet we don't fucking see it. I want to see what
Iconian
I want to
War.
see an Iconian, dude. I'm still bitter about that. I want to
Really?
I want to see an Iconian, man. Come on. Star Trek Online introduced the Iconians as an enemy that you could face off against, and the Iconians were menacing as fuck. And I want to see those guys on screen, and don't tease me like a third date, whatever, and just give me the goddamn Iconians.
Now, what's an Iconian?
They were the creators of the Iconian gates, which completely negated warp technology. They did not
Okay.
need warp technology to travel the galaxy. They
Well,
had
they were ancient.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
existed. I think it was like around 200,000 years prior to the existence of the Federation.
Let's
But
see.
something happened to their civilization. It was wiped out.
Yeah, they were a race of conquerors that had these gates, and they could go anywhere with them. They were called Demons of Air and Darkness.
Richard Kitch says, he says that DS9 Genetics dealt with Dr. Bashir.
Oh yes, that was also a very good arc because it was revealed that Bashir was an augment.
you.
And there was this
Yes.
whole thing where Bashir resented his parents. Like when he found out that he was an augment, he resented his parents for it.
Did he turn them in?
I don't think so. I don't think he did because
That'd be
he
messed up.
reconciled with his parents.
Okay.
He reconciled.
Yeah. But I think when he found out, because someone else found out, that was the problem. And that was also why there's certain things like he wasn't the first in his class when he could easily have been. He like changed the outcome just to kind of try to hide the fact that he was. And also he was really good at that game, that racquetball game, right?
What game? What game are you talking about? What game? You couldn't.
There's like a
you couldn't
space
possibly be
racquetball
talking about
game.
that one game, everybody's favorite game.
Do you wanna kiss an alien girl? Do you wanna love an alien girl? Do you wanna touch an alien girl? Do you wanna
Who does space, baby?
Aliens.
Oh no!
Charles gonna pregnate an alien.
I'm
Which
sorry.
alien species would you most like to impregnate in the Star Trek universe? Charles Whedon. You can go with logical, fantastical. A Kelpian, maybe. They're an interesting
God
species.
damn it, no.
That would look really weird.
Well, I
That'd
think
be hilarious.
a human. What are the god characters? Those like
Like
magic.
Q?
Ooh, a Q. I want to fuck a Q.
No, I don't want to fuck a Q.
Are
No.
all Qs look like John DeLance?
No,
they could
oh,
turn.
No, no.
They could turn.
Would Charles Whedon fuck John DeLance? Would he have sex in his butthole?
If
No,
he
that
was
is
a
nasty.
omnipotent godlike creature that could do anything and make you feel amazing.
Come on, you wrote the song, jerk. You should do much better than that. Like, do you want to have sex with John DeLance and then have a baby with John DeLance's face?
Oh my god, that is nasty. Oh, what the fuck?
Who in the relationship would wear the pants? Do you want to bang John
John
DeLance?
DeLance? Come on.
But no, you all know what alien species I most gravitate towards.
The green girls.
Andorians.
Yes, Andorians.
Not
Yes.
the green ones, the blue ones.
Yes, the blue ones.
Blue ones.
Right,
the
And
the
Smurfs.
Android girls count because they had some
Giant
perky
Smurfs.
titties in the original series. J.B. Floyd, you old creep. You should watch the original series for those titties, let me tell you. There's some nice old titties in that show. Lots of
The
them.
green broads. Oh, yeah. Oh, so yeah, Kish says here, did you see this? Bashir's father turned himself in and served prison time to protect his son and to secure his position with Starfleet. So there you
know
go.
what? That since I didn't remember that, that is just a sign that I need to rewatch Deep Space Nine for the 4th time.
And on that, I
It's a
think,
fun
by the way,
watch.
Becky's
Yeah,
right.
it is
I want to change my answer. I want to fuck a Borg. I want to fuck the Borg queen.
The Borg
Well, I mean,
Queen.
Alice Creek was a babe back in the day.
No, the Pumpkinhead version, because she had the big old titties.
God damn it!
I want to do those pumpkin. I want to go.
There was
pumpkin
only one
carving.
Borg queen, and that is
Richard,
Alice
oh, I'm
Creek.
smoking a cigarette. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Oh, what's the oh man, I'm trying
He
to
doesn't
think.
like cigarettes.
What's the pleasure planet?
Oh, Ryza.
Ryza.
Yeah, Ryza.
I want a rising girl.
They have that like weird thing on their forehead.
Didn't
Fine.
Riker have sex with a young boy on that planet?
What?
If I'm not mistaken.
There was a very short-haired girl that he was with, yes, but it looked like a little boy. I guess kind of looked like a little boy.
Oh my fucking God.
Okay, so that was a lady. I wasn't sure.
I think yes, it was a
Oh,
lady.
Jesus
Yes,
fucking
yes.
Christ.
How long are we from the world where these silly scenarios can be enacted in video games? For instance, where you're just programming in boop, 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 boop. I want that scene from Star Trek
Well-
where Riker's banging that young boy, but that's really a girl with a big clit. And then, you see like the action. When does how far are we from that? I want like tick tick tick. I'm
You
The
could do it now.
Office. Let's have what games can you make Jim and
There's
Pam
virtual reality.
do a Jamaican popsicle on Dwight? That's when you freeze a turd and stick it in someone.
So you'd have to mix AI with 3D game programming. You'd have to teach the AI how to program
like they
it.
wouldn't do that already, Luke. If they knew how or whatever. I'm just saying, how long do you think?
I'd give it
Not
another
long.
20 years.
I think less than 20.
No, I think it's 2 years away.
I
I think this
think-
AI thing's starting to jump, and they're going to start feeding it into quantum computers eventually. But that's gonna
seeing
screw
it in
us.
the world. I'm seeing what
Because
they're
it's-
doing with
It's
these
they're going to get
things.
so smart that they can do so many computations at once that once you've taught them all those things, all of a sudden it can take all those skills and cross thread them at the same time and come up with better solutions for everything quicker.
Mm.
That's AI for you.
Do you think? Let's find out from the Italian if he thinks we should. Maybe he'll have an answer. Let's see. Do you have? Can you bring the
thinking
Italian? Do you know if we can? Is AI a
Romans
threat? Do we have to worry
don't
about
really
that,
like
Mr.
kind of
Italian? Boop.
It's more like a Nazi
What the
thing.
fuck
I don't
is
think
that?
he's listening to
Jesus Christ,
us.
it looks like I think it's his fucking squid penis. trying
No,
to-
not a
Oh,
squid penis. We're talking about AI.
shit.
Should we be worried about AI, Italian? I don't think he can hear us. Oh, it looks like he's having car problems.
Fucking engine's gonna stall out now.
All
what the
right. Well,
fuck?
we're gonna
Don't
leave.
die on me, you bastard.
Italian,
Come on.
we'll be back
Take
with
my
you.
life just one more time, you bastard.
All right. We'll.
It's disappearing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It must be a big issue. Let's just peek in real quick.
Damn it. Fuck.
Yeah, his car died, so I don't think we'll hear from the Italian again. He's lost in space forever. Where are you seeing it in the world? In everything, in the stuff people are putting out on television, and everything you read. Every article you read now is written by a goddamned fucking robot. Every like description. Look in Secret Invasion by Marvel. Their intro is all artificial intelligence art. It and I can see it in the scripts too.
Yeah, I noticed that. I saw the I saw the opening credits to that, and I was like, "Holy shit, this was AI generated. So
AI generated writing has a very specific signature. It does not have the human signature, which is good. Right now, it's good for me or them or well, whoever really cares about actual human creativity, it's good for, because it doesn't have that yet. You could tell when it's a robot. And the fucking Hollywood, I'm telling you, this writer's strike is all secret. That's why you keep seeing small things like old crazy actor shouting about robots at the writer's strike. This shit is secretly about robots. They can't say out loud what they're fucking doing, but Hollywood is a bunch of corporate greed cocksuckers
all
right
right.
now. So stay tuned to the next episode, because I'm going deep on that. I'm fucking
They've got
so
a-
angry with them.
They've got a bunch of younger writers who are able to crank out a bunch of crap, but they can just keep up with like crazy demands because they are using the AI. But what if you're going to use AI like that? You really got to edit it. You got to go in there and actually like change the very,
You don't edit it. You use it as your editor, if anything. You know what I mean? It's like having a live editor, or even a collaborator in a way. Where I was listening to something, some artist was talking about a band I was reading about earlier. I think it was Hawkwind, and the artist, he would do these fucking stage presentations. And so he would give these ideas from his show to this musician who would then, who would give him an idea back or some bullshit. I'm just simply describing the simple back and forth. And if they were doing that, like throwing their ideas into the machines, getting feedback, then going in a direction, completely ignoring it and just going in a direction, being inspired by, it's very useful. But that's not what Hollywood's doing. They're just saying, "Hey, what do I do now, Daddy? Robot Daddy? What should I do now? How should we end the Game of Thrones?"
You know who else is messing around with AI? Pat Dixon. Have you heard that? Have you heard him talk about that a little bit?
I don't know. I know he's been doing the AI art for a long time now.
Oh, yeah. So what he likes to do is tell it. He's like, oh, I wonder what it would give us if we told it to write certain jokes, and he'll just say, give me 10 jokes on this, and he'll read it, which usually gives you more like a
he's
riddle.
doing the reading, huh?
Yeah, he's reading them and stuff, so it's kind of funny. And yeah, there's always a certain like lacking of something to the jokes. They're funny, but they're they're not that funny. It's weird, like more
Great.
coincidental or whatever.
That's so
Great.
good. What you're saying.
That's so good. Exactly.
Can't believe how
It always
interesting you are
is.
being. I put a thing in the thing. It's where you can look at comics online, people. It's a whole archive of Star Trek comics. You guys might want to grab that link and save that link, because it might come in handy over the coming weeks and months here on Alpha Podrants.
These characters here too. There is a trial that happens in the second season of Next Generation, I believe, where they're asking if Data is a real sentient being, and I believe the Doctor has to argue for him, because the blonde lady behind him is the Doctor from the second season. Beverly left for about a season.
Yeah, what is her
and a half.
name? Pawlowski or something like that?
Pulowski.
Pawlowski.
Pulaski.
Hey, Pawlowski, get over here. We need
Something like that.
we need a hypodermic in the epidermal and a fluid tube. We gotta drain this, and yeah.
And yeah, then what we see that at the end, she basically gets her commission back, right? she's back. And here's pretty much what all the other characters were doing. Well, at least the Nurse Chapel, she didn't really do much this episode. Just sat around looking concerned, and then reacting to things.
Well, speaking of sitting around looking concerned and reacting at things, Just so you know, we have reached our usual mark of programming, and we don't want to
Yes.
risk boring our sweet dear boy Whedon. And everybody is mentioning AI at the moment, so perhaps this is a time to mention something perhaps that could be fun. I thought maybe we can go on tomorrow. Tomorrow's episode will start today when we end. A little choose your own adventure, Star Trek adventure, specifically for all the Denzians here, and on the show, us, them. V will be
Okay.
getting pegged by like an Andorian.
Oh.
I don't know, Richard Kish. He'll be one of those weird godlike characters just floating around out there with his beard. Something like that. I don't know. I
We
don't
may
know. I don't
send
want to
you a
look.
link, Kish.
I'm being soft about this because I don't want to offend either of the two of you and risk maybe either one of you freaking out, running off, doing anything harsh. Not, I don't want to hurt any of you guys' feelings by suggesting this possible choose your own adventure AI thing. If I know what happened last time I did that around our shows. It's a Lou joke. Pork pie.
Pork pie. Pork pie.
Whenever you're bombing, blame it on Lou. It's a perfect solution.
No, yeah, that I don't mind something like that.
But yeah, look at poor Charles. He's very bored, and we gotta put a bullet in this beast.
I would like to do maybe a contest, an AI contest with the crew, with maybe the our audience at some point. I'm not maybe this
How
show.
do we do an
and
AI contest?
we do like an AI art contest. If people want to try to send stuff in to like a logo for a new cool logo for Alpha Podrants or something, or anything,
corny.
even just something
It's
that
the
has
worst
the three
idea
of
you
us.
ever had.
What if you take a screenshot of the three of us and then you feed that in there and then you tell it to kind of do it up?
No, that's a terrible
Okay,
idea.
whatever.
That's a
Everyone hates
terrible-
AI.
I think
guess
it's
no
the
one else
worst
wants to
idea.
use
I'm
it.
going to quit
Sorry.
the show. I'm quitting the show because you said that.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. So, are we getting out of here or what?
Yeah, I think it's about time. Thank you everyone for coming.
Well,
in. I think
wait.
We're gonna zoom off. We're gonna say
We're
Oh,
not
what?
leaving yet. We
Oh,
have
oh,
to
oh,
set.
oh.
We have the cliffhanger for tomorrow. Because here it happens. A mysterious call. While on board the USS Enterprise, mediocre Luke, Charles Whedon, and Jim Grindle receive a mysterious distress call from an uncharted planet. Curiosity piqued, they bring it to the attention of Captain Picard. So I guess we're in the TNG era, who grants them permission to investigate. So, what do we do, guys? Do we assemble an away team to explore the planet's surface and locate the source of the distress call? Do we analyze the distress signal further to gather more information before deciding on the best course of action? Do we consult with the ship's science officer to determine if the distress call is a potential trap or a genuine plea for help? Or do we report the distress call to Captain Picard seeking further guidance? I thought we already told him about it. So I guess do we go back to Picard and ask for more help? So which one do you guys want to do? Don't worry, the cliffhanger ends. Just shut up. I'm still
I think we
traumatized
should-
from the last fucking cocksucker.
We should analyze the
Charles Whedon, do
signal.
you want to analyze this or that? Or do you think we should get an away team, consult with the science officer, or go back to Picard? Audience. Go ahead, Charles.
Analyze Strange
right.
New Worlds.
We will analyze these strange new worlds. All right, let's see what happens. And don't worry about the cliffhanger here. Recognizing the need for more information, Charles Whedon insists that we venture further into the planet's surface. Mediocre Luke clumsily follows along, while Jim Grindle, as handsome as always, struts his stuff along the way. and they get to they go to analyze it further. They get to the ships. They gather in the ship's science lab, working together to decode and decipher the message. As they analyzed the signal, they discovered that it originated from a remote and desolate area on the planet. The message indicates a desperate need for assistance and mentions an ancient artifact that held the key to unlocking a great power. And tomorrow on Alpha Podrants, we'll get more into that. We'll find out what happens.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess we're gonna.
It's Ship historian. I mean, geez, it's gonna be so exciting. Did you hear that, or did it go off? Did you fuck me?
I screwed you.
You cocksucker. I was saying how exciting it was going to be. We might be able to conduct a risk assessment tomorrow, or consult with the ship's historian, or formulate a plan to send a small specialized away team, or talk more to Captain Picard. So, can't wait for that. But anyway, you were saying?
Live long and scissor, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow.
Do it, Charles! Scissor it!